Hello, and welcome to the Matter of Drag podcast, a bi-weekly real-play Dungeons & Dragons podcast recorded live in the same room with Rob, the Dungeon Master,
Ben playing Benard Weissmith, the half-elf warlock,
Marty playing Lharne, Snake Eye Stonefist, a dwarven rogue,
and Mario playing Raven, the human cleric, obviously.
We'd love to hear from you. We're draigcast on Twitter and Reddit, and our email is draigcast@rattleboxgames.com. And now let us see how our adventurers are faring in their travails in the tower.
So, we're gonna go to the next one now? We sure?
I guess.
That was not fun. Oh, God.
Whatever,
All right.
you're still living.
He spared the dying.
Technically, I didn't.
Okay. So, you go up, and I guess, Lharne, are you leading the way?
As usual.
Okay. So you come to another door that has the same characteristics and proportions as the front door, and you open it, and you walk in. Yes?
Yes.
Does everyone walk in or no?
I also walk in.
Okay.
And I'm following.
I'm going to look around for any scrolls.
Okay. So
Because apparently I perfect solving the last room each time
okay.
when we start the new room.
So you open another large dark wood door like the front door and enter another room. This room is not round like the last few, or to the extent that it has been bisected by a wall that runs down its middle. There's a door set in the center of the wall, and it's made of one piece of metal. In front of it is a table. In front of it is a table with 3 levers. One more again. In front of it is a table with 3 levers on it. There are also 3 medallions on leather cords. And finally, there is a piece of paper. By the way, it was going to be a scroll, but I figured I couldn't get you guys to open a scroll for love or money at this point. So it's a piece of paper.
What do you guys want to do?
Cry?
I'll go walk up and read the note.
I love it. Well, yeah, it worked out okay for you. You survived. So you've got no concern about the eventualities that could attend reading another note.
You can read it out loud, I guess. Nothing against. There's no magical nonsense this time. Is what he said.
If he says so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so according to me on this paper, it says, to leave this room, you must complete one simple task. The 3 levers before you control 3 fire globes in the room behind the metal door. Each lever activates 1 globe. Manipulate the switches as you like. Then go through the door and hang the corresponding medallion below the correct globes, and you are free to go. If you are wrong, you must start over, as will the switches and levers, when their connections reset.
So let's take a look at what the medallions look like.
The medallions are labeled 1, 2, 3, and actually the levers are wooden with a bronze cap, and each cap has a number 1, 2, 3.
Is it in order, left to right?
Sure.
Okay. Levers and medallions. 1, 2, 3. And then there are globe things we can't see.
Because it's on the other side of a wall.
But there's a door in the wall,
metal
and you
door.
can actually see from where you are that the door is teeny bit ajar.
Okay, so there's a door that isn't locked that just leads to another
Isn't that
part
nice?
of the room.
You don't have to kill anyone to walk through this.
I walk through that door.
First you kill Lharne, just for good measure.
I deserved it. I really did.
That's a totally separate personal matter. All right, so basically you see the other half of the room. These rooms are both lit with torches, much like the last room was. In there are 3 pedestals. They're a lot like the ones that the magical fire was in 2 floors ago, but they're lower. They're sort of a table height, 30 inches off the ground maybe. Each pillar has a perfectly clear crystal sphere that you might just be able to hold in one hand. So they're fairly large. Lharne, you'd have to use 2 hands with your little dwarven hands.
But they're big hands. Tremendous. Huge. They're the biggest hands you've ever seen. Got good hands.
Okay, so there are 3 pillars with 3 such globes. There's nothing inside of them currently. And on the pillar itself, just under the top on each one, there is a polished brass hook mounted on the side of the pillar facing the door that you came through. There's also a light wood door facing where you came in.
Are there any numbers?
No.
Okay. Pull 1, 2, 3. Do the first one lever, second lever, and then third lever. Whoever's over there.
Can I hear him from the other side of the door?
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you take these medallions first?
Oh no, I have to be here and watch, and then I feel like there's going to be weird. Just do that real quick. I'm going to keep an eye on these, and then Lharne can come over with the medallions.
Okay.
And do the hanging thing.
All right.
So I'm going to pull lever 1.
Okay. You pull lever 1, or you attempt to. It won't move. What you hear is a...
Oh, all right. First clue. Try to pull a lever down.
Okay.
All right, I'll try to.
Nope, didn't work. Well, clearly.
I got it. Come out of the room.
Okay, come out of the room.
Okay. So now everyone's where? Raven's by the levers and the medallions.
I am
Benard?
looking into the other room.
And I'm right by Raven.
Okay. What do you do?
I'm going to pull the first lever.
The door seals itself shut.
Oh, God.
And this door, unlike a lot of doors, it actually covers the whole space of the opening behind it, such that you can't see anything that's going on the other side. So you pulled which lever?
The first.
All right, you pulled number 1.
It's you wouldn't tell me anyway. I was going to say it's only going to reset after I pull all 3 of them.
I won't tell you necessarily, but here's the deal. You'll be able to go in the other room, and the effect of what you've done, you could turn it on and you can go in the next room and the light will still be on.
Okay.
I could let you spend, an hour figuring that out, or I could just tell you.
I figured as much.
Yeah.
All right.
Should I go in now?
Try it.
All right, I'm going to go walk in.
Okay. You turned on switch number 1. Yes? Mm-hmm. Okay. You go in, and the middle fire globe has a flame consuming the space inside of it. So a magical fire is burning merrily inside of the crystal sphere.
How are the globes spaced out? Just like...
They're on 3 individual pillars, so...
Just in a line?
In a line, yeah.
All right, I'm coming back in.
Okay.
All right.
All right, now pull a different
Now,
one.
here's the thing.
Oh.
When you go out, the door closes behind you, and you hear some noises of things happening.
Hold on, wait. What just...
You hear sort of clanking and shifting and...
All right, I'm going to walk back in. Hold on, wait.
Okay.
I walk back in.
You walk back in. There's no fire.
Okay, cool. No, this is fine. All right. All right, so that resets. So let me walk out again. Pull the first one and then pull the second one.
Wait. No, I would say you want to pull the first one again just to make sure that it's the
Ooh, we're
same
gonna
result
test out?
each time.
Yeah.
Let's test it first.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
pull it
do you
in-
just want the first?
Yeah, we're just going to repeat the first one to make sure that
You got to make sure you get the same result
Yeah.
for each experiment.
there
All
are
right.
rules.
Okay.
Conclusive
So I'm going to
results.
pull the first lever then.
So you're all on this side. The door is closed firmly,
Yep.
and you pull lever number 1. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I walk in.
You walk in, and you see that there is a light in the far right pillar, not the center.
All right, this is going to be difficult.
Boy, am I glad I said that.
Ooh, that's going to make it real annoying. All right, I'm going to walk out again.
Okay, you walk
Do
out.
it again.
Yeah, do it one more time.
So you walk out, the door closes, you hear the shifting and clanking and grinding, and you hear stuff happening.
What do you want? The first one?
Yeah, let's do it again. One more time, and we're going to see what happens now. Maybe there's a meta pattern.
Okay, you do it again, and so you pull lever number 1,
Yeah.
I go in.
you go in, and the fire is now in the far left position.
Okay, now we got to do that 2 more times. We should... Wait. Now, here's a question. Should we do it 2 more times
And then try the next
get the
one.
second one to get into the middle position before we do the first one again. Does that make sense? Basically, you pull the first one twice so that it goes through the middle and the third, but then don't pull it again, and then go to the second lever and see where that one is at. And then once you get to the far left one, then you stop, so that if that's progressing in the same way, then you got 1, 2, and then you got to test out the third one and make sure that that's going to be number 3, and then you just go hang them. I don't really understand the medallion thing, but we haven't even gotten there. Is that the plan?
So you want the first 2 now?
Well, we got to reset the first one.
Or do you want to test each one individually
and then
5 times first, and then start testing them together? It's time consuming.
That's going to be real time consuming, yeah.
Then
unless you want to do something else.
Because that's the other thing is you want to be able to know if the position is always going to be the same no matter what, or if it's dependent on if you have other ones lit. Mm-hmm. So, like, if you pull the second lever, is it always going to start off in the middle? Or if you've got another one going, is it going to start off on the left?
That's just going to make it even more
we gotta know the variables. I'm making this way too complicated, aren't I?
It's going to take 8 hours.
This is the type of stuff I don't excel at.
Rigorous scientific method.
Yeah, we got to use a scientific method for this. Because magic follows the scientific method.
Yep. There are always rules. You can always write them down as an equation.
Okay. So what are you doing? You turned it on. You heard the noise. You opened the door. Yes.
Yes.
You looked in.
Yep. This is the first lever again, yeah? Or no? Did we do the first lever?
Is it just the first lever again?
We got it in the middle, the third, and then the first position, and now we're going to see if it goes back to the middle, I guess. Yeah.
So you're on your 4th try.
Yeah.
You pulled lever number 1.
Yep.
You open the door.
Yep.
The fire.
Yep.
Is in the far right position.
I knew it wasn't a pattern. I knew it wasn't a pattern.
Here. Could I have my 6-sider back, please?
That was middle, right, left, right.
Thank you.
Do it 3 more times. Maybe it's just a really long
No.
pattern.
No, it's not.
It's like Simon.
Here,
Middle,
1 second.
Right, left, middle. No, wait, middle.
No,
right,
he's
left,
rolling dice.
right.
Now there's no way.
Okay.
God is rolling dice. All right, we're just going to... So...
We can
So
50-50 it.
Well, okay. Here's a question. Can we... Let me think. We can't fit rope through the door, right?
And what do we have to do with the medallions?
We have to put the medallions on the pedestals.
There are hooks above the pedestals that we hang the medallions from.
What does that have to do with the flames and the globes?
I'm guessing that...
They are globes 1, 2, and 3, but they correspond to levers 1, 2, and 3, which go and activate the globes.
He's right.
But what does activating the globes do for the medallions?
Nothing. The medallions are the key.
So you have to identify which lever activated which fire globe.
Because they keep on moving around.
I'm confused, but that's okay. You guys seem to get it. I'm just the thief anyway.
I think in character he might be confused. What's your intelligence?
13. So I'm above average intelligence.
You're okay.
But this isn't my area of expertise.
All right, so we could just constantly pull the levers and just always hang them up in the same place.
Hey, Benard.
Yeah. Or is there another way to figure that out?
Where's your pseudo
How about
dragon?
this?
Oh, he could get him.
Unfortunately, as we've mentioned, these rooms are windowless.
Yeah. Also, I don't know.
But is he smart enough to follow or figure out how to do the puzzles behind us?
I don't think you need
catch up.
He doesn't need to be. You could talk to him.
I could.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like if he was in the room, same problem.
You're right.
Yeah.
You have this divine feeling that you're right.
Yeah.
An inkling.
I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. This tower is not a normal tower.
Right. Yeah.
It's a little magical. And And it knows from pseudo dragons.
Yeah.
So
It follows the scientific method, though.
Yeah. Apparently, it does, but it's just real complicated.
how about this? How about I tell you this? This is a logic puzzle. There is a solution.
I kind of get it, but I wouldn't know how to decipher the first two.
How about this? I tell you one more thing.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh,
I
does
like it.
Raven have an idea? Raven, what's your idea?
can... Oh.
Just do it. Let's do it.
I like it.
Let's do whatever you say.
All right. I want to turn on the first two levers.
Okay. All right. You turn on the first two levers. So you're all in the same room. The door closes itself. You can't see any light through it. You turn on the first two levers.
But I want to turn off the second lever.
Okay.
Can I do this?
You can do that. Yes. All right.
And then I want to grab the medallions
All right.
hastily and go through the door.
Okay. When you go through the door, which lever did you...
First two.
And then... So you turned on the first two.
And turned off the second.
You turned off the second. Okay. You go in. The fire is on all the way in the right.
That one, I'm putting one on.
Okay.
I'm going to touch the middle one.
Okay.
How does it feel?
Just like a crystal sphere.
I'm putting 3 on that one.
Okay.
And then I'm going to the far left one.
Okay.
I'm going to touch that one.
Ooh, that's hot. That's
Oh.
hot.
I'm putting 2 on that one.
You got it. Thank you.
Damn it.
Thank you so much.
That's awesome. I would have been trapped there. I would have died of old dwarf age.
You hear...
It was so obvious, guys.
Thank you, Mario.
That's why you're the wizard.
Wait. He's the cleric. If you could brute force it into it, I guess I would have had to have given it to you.
Brute force works.
Okay, awesome. So you heard the and the light-colored door at the back of the room. Would you believe that there's a set of stairs? Would you?
Shall we, guys?
We shall.
All right.
I'm not even going to begin to pretend to understand how you solved that, so applause there.
I'm just going to pat Lharne on his head.
You walk upstairs, right? And I think we said that the door to this place is about 15 feet tall.
Yes.
And you keep coming through 15-foot tall doors.
Oh.
So these rooms are about 20 feet tall. And you went in, then the pit, then the colors, then the fight, then this, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So in that you are, you've gone 5 levels, so about 100 feet. You keep walking up this staircase and walking up this staircase. And walking up this staircase, it goes and goes and goes. Will someone roll I'm going to take a guess roll.
I'm going to take a guess roll.
Oh, you take a bad guess. Anyone else want to? All right, you guess that this has been about 1 story tall.
Yeah.
But Lharne comes through and says, this is almost twice as far as we've gone already. Like,
Sure about that? Okay. All right. You probably.
I know heights
Yeah.
and stones.
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. You might very well have a good idea of the rate at which these spiral staircases climb. Another thing I'll point out is I think I said this was 100 meters tall.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. It's tall. So you're going up and up and up and up and around and around and around and around. Actually, Benard, I'm going to need you to make a roll. This is a squeamish check. I think just because you have such a propensity toward nausea that maybe dizziness would be an issue too. So we're going to...
What is this, Constitution?
Yeah, for
All
sure.
right, so I rolled an 11, which is a 10 total.
And what's your...
Yeah, -1 Constitution.
I'm going to say that you don't throw up, but when you get to the top, you're ready to be at the top.
Yeah.
Can you guess what's at the top of these stairs?
Is it a door?
There is a door. Can you guess what that door looks like?
Does it look exactly like...
The
It
door
looks,
at the bottom.
It looks like the door at the bottom, but it's lighter. It's like a lighter wood, but it's almost exactly the same.
I'm guessing it looks exactly like the door at the bottom, and that if we walk through it without walking through backwards, we're going to be all the way at the bottom.
Oh, you should do that.
So you do get to the top, and there is a door, and that door is of the same or very similar construction to the door that you had entered when you first came in. And let me just ask you a question. You guys all good? It is late 30. It is. I mean, you guys woke up, I don't know if we established what time, but it was a long time ago. You tousled with an onkag. You released some tortured guards from their magical torture. You've figured your way through all of these rooms, and now I imagine you're getting tired.
Yeah, can we sleep on these stairs? Is that possible?
How wide are the stairs?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the stairway itself is about 6 feet wide.
I feel like we should, if we can sleep, we should probably sleep if we can sleep.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah, let's just do it. All right.
All
And
right,
I'd
let's
just like
pitch
lay
the
down.
tent on these stairs, start
Just
a campfire. Make sure you tie the horses to the nearest tree.
Nobody's got any stuff for that. Oh, well, it's fine. We should be fine.
That's fine. Yeah, you can make do there. I mean, I don't want to say anything, but there are a couple pretty flat rooms at the bottom of the stairs, but that's a long way down. I mean, whatever you want to do.
No, I think we should just stay here. I'm not going down there. Yeah. I guess just try not to fall.
What if the torches reset or
Yeah.
the fire globes? All
It's
right.
a long way down.
Okay.
And who knows what's in this thing? I'm too tired for that room.
Fair enough. How long is a long rest? I forget.
8 hours.
Yeah.
So you're right. At least 8 hours. And I think 2 of those hours can be spent doing stuff. So, all right. Do you want to take the long rest, though? The advantage being everyone's hit points go back to 0. Everyone's spells go back to, all your spell slots back. So, okay. Well, then 8 hours pass uneventfully. And you get up. I don't know if you remember this, but I think Benard has a tent in his pocket. He rolled a 20 on rolling the tent up.
Yep.
And I think we said that your magical patron made you able to fold it in sort of an nth dimensional space. So it's a huge tent that fits in your pocket.
I don't know. I don't think it would fit on the stairs.
No. It would be sort of a luge type experience, I
Yeah.
think, if you pitched it there. I also don't think tents had floors, generally speaking, back then.
So it would just be a thing. Like,
It would just cover us from the elements in this,
a
this
roof.
stairway.
yeah.
Yeah.
Magical stair rain.
And as we've mentioned, this tower is incredibly well built and in an incredible condition, such that it's not a breezy, uncomfortable place to be anyway. So yeah, I assume you maybe eat a little something and drink a little something and pack up your rolls. And here, wait, everyone roll a d20. Okay. Okay, so the two of you have to go back down to the bottom of the stairs because Lharne rolled a 1, and in the night he didn't wake up, but he just rolled down all of the stairs. So you found him at the door at the bottom.
I'm a heavy sleeper.
So you found him there, and you escort him back up. I don't know if he's wearing his gym jams.
I've got like Morden themed pajamas on. It's got images of like the dwarven gods like smelting steel and doing blacksmithing
Very nice, but
and fighting orcs.
oh, as one does. So all of our hit points are back, all of our spell slots are back, and we're right as rain. And I assume, do we go back up to the top of the stairs now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
now that you've retrieved me from the bottom.
And there's the door at the top. I can't say what happens.
I open it.
You open it. A flood of lava comes through the door, burns your flesh off your bones.
Oh, I've been Minecrafted.
I walk away.
You throw a bucket of water on it.
Yeah. Now we get to mine obsidian?
Yeah. Lharne is now made of obsidian.
I'm going to have to come back and get all my stuff from my corpse.
Yes, yes. But they pick up your little green glowing experience tokens.
Yep. Level 6.
Okay, actually none of that happens. But
Time
you
to make a diamond sword.
Yes. You open the door, and this is, I think we discussed the size of these circular rooms that you run into. They tend to be about 50 feet because the stairway that runs around the tower leading up takes up 6 feet on any side. This is not an exception. This is another one of these stone-walled, floored, and ceilinged rooms. The big difference here is the ladder. You notice that in this room, there's a ladder going up to a trapdoor.
You think it leads to the roof?
Well, here's what you know. You know that there is a gallery and a cupola.
Francis Ford Cupola?
Cupa paratroopola.
Like that space station window. That's it. Right from KSP, I know that.
So there's a cupola with a gallery, like a little yurt at the top, as it were, with a walkway around it. So a parapet around that. And I don't want to do your guessing for you, but if I was guessing, that might be where this is leading.
Well, that sounds good to me. Let's go.
We're just going to go.
All right, and so...
I'm going to climb the ladder.
All right. Nice. Climbing that ladder.
And I'm going to try and open the trapdoor.
Okay. Did I say where the ladder was in the room?
Middle.
No.
I think it has to be at the edge.
Yeah.
Not right at the edge, but near the edge of the room. So when you go up the ladder, you climb up, and there's the closed trapdoor, which I'm going to guess maybe you open. Or do you get there and you're like, well, we tried, but there was a closed trapdoor.
Guess we got to go home, guys.
Unfortunately, there's a do not disturb little door hanger on it. So what are you going to do?
Right?
No. So you
Time to go home.
you open it and you sort of scamper up. Have you ever climbed a ladder like that, like into the base of a treehouse?
Yes.
It's not the most graceful thing.
No. Yeah.
There's no way to do that and look great. So you guys do it though, and you climb out, and this is another one of those so something's happening moments. You know why you can tell? It's because something's happening. So you get up there, and one at a time, you notice that there is a large room, which is no surprise, at the top here. And it's actually very different in one way. It has glass windows looking out in all directions. It's a circular room, large circular room. A lot of what you see is cliff face because, as we said, we're close to the cliff wall. But you're right at sort of the tips of the trees. So you're sort of flirting with that height. And in the center of this room, there is an old man. This old man wearing tattered robes. He's emaciated, sort of a manic expression. He looks a little worn out, a little wrung out, but he's performing an incantation. And what he's incanting is a portal. And the portal is standing on top of a table. The table's made of stone top, stone legs, and the portal that he's incantation upon is within a whirling vortex of green, purple, and black light. The vortex and the man stand atop the square stone table platform. He's performing his incantation. Let me point out, the walls aren't illuminated. There aren't the torches that there have been in a lot of places. But where there is wall as opposed to window, there's a pale white light glowing from the walls. But other than that, we've got an old man standing on a table performing an incantation on a portal that's inside of a sphere of swirling energy, green, black, purple.
Okay, so...
He says, "Do you have a reservation?" No, he doesn't say anything. He doesn't make any sign of having recognized that you entered.
Sorry, is he really engrossed in this portal making? He doesn't notice us?
Completely, yes.
I want to.
I just nodded.
Slap him on the back and be like, "Hey, how's it going?"
Does they have a...
Disrupt his spellcasting. Accidentally knock him into the portal. Actually, wait a minute.
Just push him full force.
Obviously, he's the bad guy. Maybe. I'm going to go with obviously.
Okay.
I could stealth up behind him and just push him into the portal.
I think you should. Yeah, I think you should start doing that. I'm not going to stop you because I'm
Well,
kind of.
first of all, you don't know what he's doing when he'd,
No, but-
when he'd go to do that.
Well, if he's stealthing up, I get the idea. He's
Sure.
going to do something, but Benard's like, I don't want to say anything because if you draw the attention to us.
No, you could speak right into my mind.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot I'm a warlock.
Warlock.
What are you doing?
I just figured I'd go say hi
Okay. All right.
with my hands.
Gross. Okay. He makes no sign of noticing you moving. There are two magical adepts in this room, and from what you can tell, he's doing some next level stuff here. He's doing some serious magic, and that's got all of his attention right now.
I'm going to stealth up behind him.
Okay, you do need to roll.
I can't
You can
roll, yes.
you can have advantage.
I mean, do you guys think that he's the bad guy too? I mean, I kind of feel like we just had to fight our way through this place.
Yes, he's the bad guy. He's the one that had them
We're gonna
going in and out
advantage
of death.
All right, we got a 14 and a 6. 14 plus 5 for my stealth is 19.
Okay. So you're near him. I mean, he's standing on a large table, and you're standing on the floor. I assume you're behind him. Mm-hmm. Because the stealth manual, probably the first thing it says is, don't sneak up from in front of people.
Yes. Yes, unless you're really good at it.
I'm sure there are people who reach that level. Where,
Oh, I'm planning on it.
unfortunately, as you get there, the piglet starts squeal. No, he doesn't.
Oh, God. Should have rolled
should
for
do that.
Lord Stabbington, too.
All right, so you're right there behind him. I don't think that you could probably, like, you certainly couldn't push his back. I mean, picture the table. It's about 10 feet on his side,
Right.
and he's standing on it, performing his enchantment. So you've got sort of, you could probably get some leg meat. He's not too far from the edge, but you're not terribly tall either.
Would I be able to grab his ankles and just yank them so he falls flat on his face?
We call that move the yankle.
The yankle? Could I yankle him?
You could attempt a yankle.
All right. I don't know if I want to roll with my 20-sider because it's been doing pretty bad, and Mario's did really good just now.
Okay, you can roll his, or if you have permission. If I don't know if he wants you getting
Might I use-
all your bad luck all over his dice.
Go for it.
They're like the same size. I noticed that yours is slightly bigger.
All right, here it comes.
Do I have advantage on this? Oh,
You
wait.
have, like,
I'm
a
a
stealth
backstabber.
attack?
Yeah, I think you probably do get.
Let me just make sure what I can do with...
Previously, you've given yourself advantage on these attacks,
Well,
and you also get
I get
additional 2d6.
I get advantage automatically on any foes who haven't taken a turn, and he
Okay, yeah,
clearly
yeah.
hasn't taken a turn.
Yeah.
Unless his incantation is something that's preparing to destroy you, in which case he's in the middle of his turn.
Do I want to yankle him or do I want to sneak attack him? I'm going to sneak attack
Yeah.
him because it
It
makes
does
the most
way
sense.
more damage.
Yeah. All right, a 15 and a 5. So we're going to go with that 15 plus 5 is 20.
Okay.
And my sneak attack adds an additional 2d6.
Now, sneak attack with
My
your
short sword.
hand?
Short
Okay,
sword.
you didn't say.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
So it's 1d6 plus 3 damage and then also 2d6 extra for the sneak attack. So if somebody could loan me some d6s. Oh, I've got mine. This is a team effort. I've got one from each team member.
Aw.
Hopefully this hamstrings him and he can't walk anymore.
He's an
3,
old
3,
man.
4.
10.
Well, I'm technically an old man too.
No, you're not a man at all. You're
I'm an
just some-
old dwarf. All right, so I did 10 points of damage. Oh, wait, plus 3. So 13. Man, that's the best I've done.
You add everything else you've done up. That's better.
You know, the sad thing is we haven't talked to this guy or introduced ourselves or anything. I just walked up and just cut the back of his legs. I was like, and as I do that, I want to be like, how's it going?
Okay. What was the total?
13.
Okay. All right. You do land 13 points of damage. And the interesting thing
I
is
should have talked to him.
that
It's never good.
It turns around and he's Benard's father. I'm
Right.
kidding.
He's a russet potato.
You just attacked my daddy.
It's never good when the DM says the interesting thing is.
Now he does notice you. But the interesting thing is he doesn't react at all. He completes his incantation sort of moments after, and then he turns to face you. And when he stops, so does the vortex. And whereas it had sort of been swirling colored energy before, now if you were going to describe it, you'd say that it's looks like a glass bubble that's maybe 7 or 8 feet in height with that portal inside of it. And sphere isn't swirling, but it's sort of pulsating with those same colors. And you don't have to do a check. The power coming off this thing is crazy.
I'm dead.
Benard, perhaps especially, has some level of awareness. This is closer to his wheelhouse, magically speaking, than it would be for Raven. Benard, this is some next level stuff. Actually, next level for you is 4th. This is like next level cubed stuff.
Kind of what I thought.
1 second.
There's no good end to this.
He turns around, and I think...
As you're thinking, I cast mage armor on myself again.
Okay.
It's my at will. I just do that.
Should we...
Roll for initiative.
Should we just agree that unless you say otherwise,
Yeah,
you
that's
have mage
what's
armor
happening,
on?
yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's fine with me. Okay. He pulls out a 4-sider.
And he rolls it.
It's really kind of weird.
He rolls a natural 4. We're all dead.
And he
Thankfully, I've already figured out what my next character is going to be since I'm about to die.
pulls out a flask of alcohol and does an incantation that... Do you want to do a magic check?
Arcana check?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I was
Arcana
going to do
check.
it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
15 total. I was going to wait until after he was done casting it,
Okay.
and then because I want to see what kind of magic he's casting or what's going on.
And he's got the perfect guinea pig standing there to be experimented on me.
He actually cast a spell. And what was your result?
15.
15. And what's your modifier?
Oh no, I rolled 11 and I
Okay,
plus
you got
4, so
15.
I got a 15.
That's enough. That it's actually just a first level spell, but he casts false life. You can sense, perhaps, that he's dealt with this injury pretty handily.
This is necromancy stuff.
It is.
Yes,
Yes.
that's kind of what I thought.
So yes, he's cast false life. You recognize, from what you can tell, he's feeling pretty okay. And
False and lifeless.
he turns to face you. I mean, before he does that, he's facing you. And I think he's just staring at you, measuring you up.
Hey, how's it going?
And it's pretty menacing. You ask him that?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. It never occurred to me that you'd just open up by trying to cut this guy's Achilles tendon.
Well, it was unfazed by a 13-point attack.
He was.
Maybe he's trying to befriend him now.
He says, "What are you doing here?"
Well, we're actually here to deliver pig analysis surveys.
That's right. at Weissmith, Stonefist, and Broodwing, we can give you pig analysis surveys.
We also offer many, many different real estate options as well if you're looking to sell your home.
Leave.
Okay. All right. Where's the exit? Just point us in the direction and we'll go.
Back the way you came.
All right. Cool. See ya. I'm going to head back towards the door.
All right.
Mama didn't raise no fool.
All right. And that's the end of the episode, boys and girls.
I'm going to walk back towards the door and step through it.
How did you find this place?
Wait! I thought you wanted us. I thought you wanted us to leave.
Talking doesn't preclude moving.
Oh, okay. Well, we were just walking through the forest, and there it was. We weren't coming here, but it was in our way. So
That's how I found it too.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll just leave you to it.
We found these guys outside, and they were like real weird. And no, You don't. Does that mean don't say
I
that?
couldn't let them stop me in my work.
Wait.
Oh, yeah, no. You get back to your work. We're just going to go.
Oh, what's your work, by the way? Just wondering.
Professional interest, I'm betting.
I see you two are a warlock.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're a warlock.
Yes.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys can trade recipes
Here's
and
my
spells and
business
stuff.
card.
Oh, thank you. I have one, too. Here you go. I'm also a realtor.
Rather
You're looking to
flimsy
sell.
stock, you mustn't be very high level.
Well, no need to rub it in my face. Or anything. It's
No
fine.
gold edging or anything. I told him to go with gold edging. He didn't want to spend the money.
I don't sell generally high-end real estate. It's, you know.
So what
How
was
much
the
of that
actual
estate
question that
get?
we just had? Probably a fair amount.
Oh, he was asking what he was working on.
What has you here? Why are you in the Forbidden Woods?
These are the forbidden woods. We thought we were going into the bidden woods.
The three Bidden Woods.
Yeah, can you point us in the direction of the other ones? We didn't want to come here.
Dwarf.
Yes, dwarf.
You might take a more respectful tone when speaking to your elders.
Okay.
Do you have a scroll? Like an elder's scroll?
There are no such things in Draig.
Oh.
Those are from another. Those are from another IP.
Ow.
Let's see if we could download one though off the internet.
Say elder's scroll, like elder apostrophe S scroll. So it's not.
I'm pretty old, but
Okay. No, it's fine.
all my scrolls are Elder Scrolls.
So wait, yeah, your work, what was that?
What brings you to this tower?
You're asking us. Okay, so you're just going to you're going to divert. Okay, well, we were going through the Forbidden Woods and to get to the mountain because there's Muidin all over the place and that town over there didn't like it.
Yes.
So we're going to do that.
Eagle Watch has awoken to the threat of the Muidin.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, they would wait till the last hour.
Oh, they thought it was early. Is it not early?
It's generations late.
Oh, wow. That's weird.
You asked what I was doing?
Yeah.
I am here for the same reason you are.
Ooh.
To stop the Muidin threat.
Guys.
Can I just say how sorry I am for how I greeted you earlier? We totally thought you were up to no good.
Let's start over. I feel like
You might become more sorry. We'll see how this goes.
Uh-oh.
I feel like we could work together on that. I mean, what's your reasons for destroying the Muidin?
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
The Dungeon Master likes to say, can I tell you something? And I'm his first opportunity to say that this episode. I should kill you out of hand. And could.
Oh, yeah.
And may.
Whoop.
But your arrival at this hour, it might be more than coincidence. My name is Amser DL. Two names. Amser, last name Deal. You see the card?
Yeah.
Amsterdam.
Oh, yeah, I got it.
Wait, what?
Amsterdam.
Dwarf.
Amsterdam.
Spelled AMSIR
DM.
DIAL.
Oh, man.
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it to you guys.
You just don't say his name.
Zipping it up right now. Just throw away the key. I'm not gonna talk anymore. I'm gonna get killed if I don't shut up.
For real.
When I was a boy, I lived in that town, Eagle Watch. I was an orphan and lived in the orphanage outside the walls of the city.
Yes.
Eventually, I became the best boy and moved in to serve the clerics at the college.
You don't say.
Then one night, fanged death came on wings from this very mountain and killed everyone who I had known and loved in one fell swoop, and I had the misfortune of having to listen to it happen from the city.
Yeah, that's terrible. Wait, when was that?
It's some 60 years ago.
Okay.
Wait, then how are you my elder? I'm older than you.
It's relative.
Oh, okay. All right.
Time is relative, which is something that I have learned since I was a boy. When I was a boy, after the attack, I couldn't stand being around the town. I would walk away for days by myself, to escape the eyes of the townsfolk. Eventually, perhaps driven by a death wish, I wandered through this forest which no man has entered for generations, and eventually found this place.
Quick question.
Yeah, that's good.
Really?
You don't want to break up Expo.
No, I'm enjoying it, but did you also have to deal with the weird, wonky rooms? Is it the tower doing that, or was that you?
When I was a boy, I could never get past the first room.
Oh.
But when I returned, the rooms posed no serious problem. I mean, you've been through those.
Yeah.
It took me about 20 minutes.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's pretty
Boom,
good.
boom, boom.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. I don't know. Do we want me to keep talking in that voice and tell you all the things that he tells you, or do you want me to explain them in broad strokes?
You can just... If you're...
Explain them in broad strokes.
Okay, so here's the deal. He was the best boy at the orphanage.
Like Bak Jen.
Like Bak Jen. And because of that, he lived in town and wasn't there during the last attack. But everyone who he loved and who had cared for him since his parents' death was horribly killed and eaten that night. And as we said, they could hear the screams from the town. Every brick that they laid for the new orphanage, every time he saw the stones of the old orphanage, it was, just killed him. So he would take these long walks, and like I said, just to get away from people. But walking in this forest has always been dangerous. Actually, as he's speaking, a cat peeks its head out from the sleeve of his robe. It even says so right here. He's a cat lover, which is probably the only reason he survived his walks through the woods, because he had a cat, which fended off the Onkeg attacks.
Hide your mouse.
What? Oh, yeah.
Hide your mouse.
Eventually, the clerics couldn't contain him. He couldn't stay. No one knew how to talk to him. Like, how do you talk to someone who's in that situation? So they eventually let him go on his way. And he eventually met a spellcaster who could fracture time in some small ways to achieve some small ends. And he learned all he could from her. Then he moved on in search of more such knowledge. He found bits and pieces of time magic wherever he could and did whatever he had to gain them. So he really felt like the gods were guiding him when he, just a couple years ago, ran into a bard, an elven bard, who sang a song of the just power found in Eagle Watch and the towering magic that lay in the shadow of the mountain. He recognized the town name, of course, and the mountain and the tower that perhaps he alone knew of in the world anymore. He made his way back here, and when he began working on this project, he wasn't disappointed at the results he was having. In fact, without the power that he found here, his patchwork of chronomantic knowledge would certainly have not been sufficient to produce any meaningful result. But he's had incredible results, and his goal, my goal, is to save everyone that I lost. This portal leads back. I'm going to stop the attack from 60 years ago. And perhaps that's why you're here, to help.
I like this idea. That's a really good idea.
I am on board.
You first.
I've always wanted to mess around with the fabric of space and time.
Well, we're not playing with children's toys, dwarf. This is an incredibly powerful magic that I don't... Warlock, you understand. I'm sorry, Benard. He looks at your card.
Yeah.
Benard.
Yeah, thanks.
Sorry, not great with names.
Oh,
Don't.
no,
His voice, you'd guess that he doesn't do a lot of talking outside of incantations. He's not a chatty fella.
Yeah.
You have your pact. Yeah, I assume they must know this. Like, they get together
They
at
probably
Warlock
know.
conferences and talk about, like, oh, who'd you join up with?
Yeah. Yeah. I've got a great old one for me. Who you got? Who are you with?
Well, that's interesting. 1 second.
Oh, so he knows who his...
So it's Dido.
Dido.
Wait, didn't we already know Dido?
Dido we know. Digo is another. And Digo has to do with time. He says, the magic that this, once again, if we were talking about my level of skill and we were sort of putting it on a, like if we called them levels and sort of 1 to 20.
it's really a continuum, honestly.
Oh, yeah, totally.
I get the need to construct artificial numbers to sort thing. It's just easier that way. We just need it.
I'm in the upper teens.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
getting there.
Yeah.
This is beyond me.
It is on like a scale of 1 to 20, right?
I am the lens, but I am not.
You're not the beam that goes through the lens.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
See, I can grasp this stuff.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I'm not dumb.
Well, that's on a continuum too.
Yeah. But if
You guys
we
aren't
had,
fair.
if we had like we're using numbers 1 to 20, but just because I
Yeah.
feel like he's probably somewhere around like he's in the teens, just barely though.
This is ironic,
Don't you think?
but there isn't time to waste.
All right, so we're all just jumping through. Should we go first, or because then you can close it? Do you go first, or should we just do it?
I'll go first.
Okay.
He puts a hand up and touches the sphere, which just melts away like a bubble popping. Mm-hmm. Silently, it just vanishes, a sparkling trail as it disappears at the touch of his hand. And he stands at the portal and says, "Oh boy." No, he says, "This is my life's work. Hopefully, if we're successful in this, we can save everyone that I've loved, and maybe even myself."
Yeah, I
And
kind
he
of figured.
steps through and, swirling, blinding flash of these colored lights, and he's gone.
Is the portal still there?
I'm walking right
Portal's still
through.
there.
I'm walking right
I'm
through.
going to go through too.
I'm going
Boom.
first.
Boom,
All right, let's
boom,
do it.
boom. I'm sorry, I got my booms in the wrong order, folks. Boom, Benard. Boom, Lharne.
Let's do it.
Boom, Raven. I like Raven's alone at the end there.
And just sighs to himself.
Like, really?
Have you ever had that experience where someone made you swallow a whole container of Vicks Vapor Rub, doused you in kerosene, lit you on fire, then put you in a blender that was going through a black hole?
That happens all the time.
You're having a similar experience. This is not exactly what you'd call pleasant. You're being ripped through the fabric of space 60 years.
I would like to.
I did not foresee time travel in this adventure, by the way.
Okay.
I would like to roll for throw up.
I'm just going to roll.
All right. Oh, yeah.
This is a Constitution. I have. That is a 7 total.
You know
I
what?
just
That was
vomit
going
right
to be
away.
pretty high. Actually, maybe you should all roll for
Yeah.
a puke check.
Puke check. Yeah, everybody throws up.
3, I got a 17.
No, you hold out.
Ooh.
I do this every
But
Sunday.
Raven, what are you?
You got a 6.
No, you guys both boot. I don't know. Like, what happened? You know what? I'm going to say that the vomit is ejected from the time stream. And it's just probably falls through into the tower at different times as you're being pulled across.
Oh no! So if we visit the tower in 5 years,
They'll be fresh
then
puke.
you go up to the top, it'll just be slow, like a drip of vomit slowly from nothing.
I was wondering what that dust was.
Oh no!
So
Somebody put sawdust down, preemptively, just a pile of sawdust.
totally. You'll
We should do that first.
write that down
guys.
on your arm.
Yeah, I'm doing. Hold on, let me write down sawdust in. Yeah, we got to do that just to be nice.
Weirdly, you have this feeling of falling and spinning and tearing and rending and pulling. But when you come out the other side, it's just stepping out of a portal. Like zero distance is you're just walking through this portal to the other side, and the portal's still there.
Can I just interject something
Sure.
out of character? I think you need to go back at some point when you're describing that room and describe a puddle of really old desiccated vomit. Maybe 2 puddles.
Well, the problem is it would be on the table right under.
Right, exactly. So when
No,
you're
no, there's
describing him,
Add in sawdust because I'm about to put down a pile. There's an
you hit-
indiscriminate pile of sawdust that's kind of gross, and there's just a gross smell.
Okay.
Just add that because I'm about to lay down a bunch of sawdust.
Okay. Now,
I think that would be a nice little Easter egg.
Or this is out of the continuum.
Okay.
We could place the table there as a way to be
nice.
Like
the
there
table
wasn't a
is
table
there
there in
to
the
cover
past.
up the gross vomit because it's only 2 people's vomit.
All right. Well, we don't know what Amser did. He could have Ralphed too.
Yeah.
So you get out, and you're all 3 there, and he puts his hand on the portal, and it not only deactivates, but just falls apart. And I think that's where the episode ends.
Yeah.
By the way, you going to figure out a way to get back?
Maybe.
All right, so you each try on one of the identical gold rings. How do you feel?
I feel great. This feels kind of weird. This thing is kind of ugly.
Brought to you by
Rattlebox Games.
I'm Brendan Riley, the host of Install from Heap, a bi-weekly Netrunner podcast from Rattlebox Games about jank, deck building, and cyberpunk nonsense. If you know what that is, you'll love it, and if you don't, come on over and give it a try.